100K in sight as open interest reset boosts Bitcoin bulls. Yes, of course, it's going to happen, guys. It's just a matter of time. I mean, it could happen today. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen end of the month. End of the week. It could happen December 1st. That's what a lot of people are thinking about, right? It really could happen anytime. I mean, just last week, we were at 99.8. We were like $150 away. It's a psychological point at this point, right? It's like, who cares if we actually get to 100 or we're like a 99.8? But it's just really like a psychological level to break six figures for the first time. But in the meantime, a lot of the alts are breaking into 2021 levels. Some of the alts are breaking into all-time levels, right? And they're moving really quickly, really quickly. And that's what's really exciting right now. But Bitcoin right now is set to have its fourth strongest month since October 2021. But also, it's going to have the biggest candle month ever in history. We've never had a month where we had plus 20,000 freaking dollars in history. We're looking at plus $26,000. Do you realize the cash, the liquidity required to do so at this level? We're talking about like hundreds of billions of dollars to do so. This is how much FOMO there is, right? If Bitcoin was at like $10,000 and it went up to like $40,000, okay. But we're talking about 60,000 going to 90,000. The amount of money required to do so is astronomically more than before. It's insane if you think about it. That's how much FOMO there is now. The funny thing is, in traditional markets, there's so much money. There's enormous amount, unlimited amount, you could argue, because governments around the world could print as much as they want. They could print trillions. And I'm going to show you, they will be printing more trillions. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. Some people argue, well, we're going to have diminishing returns. Bitcoin can't go on the same path forever, right? It's going to take too much money. No, that's not the case, because governments, they continue to print more money. It doesn't matter. So even though November has been great, we're like plus 37%. Who knows? December, we may even have even a greater month at plus 40%, 50%. Who knows? We may go even higher, especially if we start wrecking those shorts. We got a lot of shorts, a lot of liquidity above $100,000. We have seen a lot of shorts get wrecked. And look at that, a lot of juicy levels above $100,000 waiting to be liquidated. And if we start wrecking those shorts, we're going to start moving real quick up there. That could be right around the corner, guys, right around the corner. Now, I just talked about, governments around the world printing unlimited amount of money. So it's been talked about that in 2025, around the world, there'll be about 20 trillion more dollars coming. 20 trillion. It's like a drop in the bucket for traditional finance. But you know what? Bitcoin itself may be attracting 10% of that, which is a lot, because that's more than the entire market cap of Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin is under 2 trillion. So that is a lot. That would be doubling Bitcoin's price right now, right? That's assuming there's no other buying and everything. So, that just shows you how much money there is and how much more money is coming. And that's why things will get real nutty next year. That's why I've said the landscape for Bitcoin is going to change next year. And as Bitcoin gets bigger and stronger and more embraced and more mature, the landscape for the rest of crypto is going to change as well, especially in the US. Especially if Trump, he turns everything around, all his appointees, everyone that takes over becomes pro-crypto, it's really going to change the game for everything. Like, right now we're all speculating, but it does seem like everyone he's pointing, they're all very, very pro. Very pro indeed. Looking at, speaking of buying opportunities, gifts, so forth, we got a lot of Bitcoin whales taking advantage, scooping up $1.5 billion during the dip. $1.5 billion, not million, $billion, when Bitcoin was low, around 90,000 and so forth. What did I tell you guys? These guys are not going to quit. These whales and institutions, they're not going to quit. They laugh. They laugh at the lettuce hands, the retail investors that panic sold. And I told you guys that. Whoever sold, they're going to buy back at a higher price. They're going to panic and end up buying at a higher price. So you don't want to be one of those people. You want to be buying from people that are panic selling, right? That's what the whales do. Look at this. Look at the whales. Look at look at the new whales coming in, okay? The number of whales that came in 2024 is like, what? 100-fold more than all the whales that came in prior to 2024. And yeah, that's alarming. That's alarming and shocking at the same time, right? They're eating up all the liquidity from the space. They're eating it up real quick. Most of that is just institutions. They're playing catch up with their billions and billions and billions of, money that they have. And they're eating up the supply real fast, guys. Real fast. That's why you gotta hold on as much as you can. As much as you can. Metaplanet, now they're buying more and more. They're seeing Sailor buying billions upon billions and announcing their $42 billion plan. And they feel like their, $1 or $2 billion is not enough. Now they're looking to raise a $62 million plan or sale for Bitcoin accumulation. That's pretty large. That's no joke. They used to raise like $4 million. They're trying to raise $62 million now. They're really amping it up. After this, their next one may be raising $100 million. They are getting real serious because they know this is the way, and their stock is blowing up to the moon in Japan. So they are doing it right, and there's other companies in Japan that's doing it now. Embracing the Bitcoin strategy works, and you know what? When Sailor next month, pretty soon in a couple weeks, presents in front of Microsoft board, and Microsoft board is like, man, we're going to do this, and Microsoft announces they're going to buy $10 billion for the Bitcoin, it's going to get even nuttier.